So Dee, we keep getting asked about wrist break, and people are wondering at what point do you break your wrist in the swing? Dennise has broken her wrist.
I think I've broken my wrist already.
No,
just joking.
She's hurt her wrist. I'll do the demo for this. So Dee, when don't you break your wrist?
Very good question.
She always wants me to tell her I'm going to ask these questions first.
When don't you break your wrist?
Yeah, when don't you break your wrist?
In the takeaway. But that's in my opinion. So
what do you mean in the take? It's in the takeaway.
Well, yeah, but we don't want an instant break.
No, straight away. It's in the takeaway though.
Yeah. We've got to start. It's a gradual.
It's a gradual. So it's not straight away.
Yep.
It's also not after a certain point you break your wrist, right?
So it's all gradual.
Exactly.
Yep.
So it's a gradual takeaway from the beginning, isn't it? And this is going to apply to the full swing, the pitching, the chipping, everything.
I just thought of something. Seriously, this looks like I made it up, but I didn't. If you think about it, when we're doing our wrist hinge to start with, notice how my wrists are already partly hinged. So they're not up like this anyway.
Show the camera that way, Dee.
So I don't know if you can see it this way, but they're not like this.
Yes.
So our wrists
are
already partly hinged. They're not up like this. So they're already partly hinged to start with. So it's a gradual move into that.
Yes. Okay, that's interesting.
That's good, I thought.
That's good. So let's start from the very beginning. If you're doing a little chip shot here, right, you've got the very early part of the wrist break in your full swing, haven't you? So it's still there. It's just a really gentle, soft, natural sort of motion.
What you're doing there, do that again.
That kind of...
That's that nice wave effect.
Yes.
Rather than the tense, I'll get this stiff-wristed. That was beautiful. Well done. I bet you're a really good chipper.
Thank you, Dee. And then as we go further back than this, then we start to kind of break the wrist up a little bit until you get this sort of wide V, which is great for pitching, little sort of...
a steep V.
That's right, rather than a very sharp V.
Yep, so it's a wide V.
It's a wide V rather than a steep V. Now, what's going to go wrong if we have a steep V?
We're going to come down on it too abruptly, and we're more than likely going to get that. We either come down with a big descending blow, or we start flicking.
That's right, we might top it. We might hit the ground heavily, mightn't we? We're going to miss-hit it, and it's probably going to go low. Exactly. If we're coming from very sharp, we're going to hit down on it, it's going to go low. And what happens opposite, Dee, if we go back without any wrist at all, what happens then?
When you have no wrist, you've now got to use your body to try to generate power, and you're going to lift up.
That's right, and you won't get any height.
No.
Because this
You're going to hit the top half the ball, aren't you?
Yeah, you're going to top it.
We did that before on how to stop topping the ball. So if you're lifting up, you're going to hit halfway up the ball.
That's right, you're going to run it along the ground. And wrist break does give you height on shots.
Absolutely.
So if you add this bit of wrist break here, what happens is the club head is higher. It then comes down and gives that ball that descending blow, which is what lifts it up.
I think what's really interesting too, Annie, is that if we have the correct grip and the correct grip pressure, I don't think we give enough, not us, but people don't have enough idea of what the correct grip pressure is. So if we have the correct grip pressure, which is light hands, soft hands, this natural wrist hinge, what you were just doing a minute ago, will start happening more rather than people physically forcing it to happen.
That's right. That's so important, Dee. That natural motion, once you've got the correct setup position, the correct grip, the natural motion, your wrists are going to want to hinge.
Yep.
It's not really something you have to think that much about.
The clubs are actually designed, this has got weight, and they're designed with the correct grip and pressure that this will happen more naturally.
So if you try not to break wrist or try to break wrist too much, then you'll get into trouble. If you just allow it to happen, you're going to probably get a nice natural amount, and it's going to happen at the right time.
And it's going to happen gradually, not all of a sudden.
Exactly.
And I think one of the things, if we even, you just said it earlier, that when we're starting, we're working with our first part of our swing, which was our little chip. So we're working with the chip, and we're gradually building into the pitch.
That's
we're
right.
just gradually building it into
the full swing. That's right. Now your full amount of wrist will be in place by the time the left arm is parallel to the ground.
You've got, like, what would you call this, a 90 degree?
90 degree, right angle, L shape, whatever you want to call it. So basically by the time the left arm's parallel to the ground, you've got a nice right angle shape. And that's all you need.
Yeah, you don't need to add it at the top of the
swing. You don't. You'll just continue on up a little bit further with your shoulders, and that's going to give you all the wrist break you need.
We haven't done a lot. I'm just going to hit my little ball here. See that little island there? So I just see my
Where are you going to hit this? Just into the water?
On that island, and then
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to go out and play from the island.
Let's see how close you get to that island, Dee.
With a sword.
She's always got excuses.
I haven't. Great Norman von Nyder said, never blame yourself. On the island, here we go.
Oh, that's not bad. Ooh. Have another one more go.
It's a dud ball.
She'll try any excuse.
My wrist's hurting. I don't know if I can get this, but let's see it. Here we go. On the island, on the island, on the island. I'm going to do a little pitch.
Ooh, get up, get up, get up. Oh, the direction was better.
Consistently not great, but